You kids, you're backstage right now. We're not quite ready. You get to hear the orchestra in the back now. This is where we drop in the very expensive title slide. Ready? I have no idea what that costs every week. Just now. Okay, hey, boys and girls, moms and dads, and Pablo. We would like to say welcome to the Kidders on behalf of me and, of course, my good friend Tim Slagle. Tim?
As my Uncle Dobie used to say, a penny saved will eventually force you to use the Coinstar machine.
I saw a guy doing that the other day. I swear he must have had a trunk load of change, and he was just pouring it all into this machine. I don't know what he finally got out of there, but
case of beer.
First of all, I think our best wishes go out to the Secretary of State, Kerry, who broke his leg while riding his bicycle. Apparently, he was attempting to turn right and just fell over. And that's kind of last minute jokes you get here, kids. Well, Tim, we've got some interesting stories. First one, Pendleton, Oregon. Have you ever been to Pendleton, Oregon?
I believe I have. They make wool shirts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that's where those came from. I assume they came from
Pendleton, China.
Exactly. Well, anyhow, in Oregon, apparently they have this nuisance ordinance where, if your neighbor's doing something that bothers you, you can turn them in. And they updated it this week to cover the smell of marijuana. So if your neighbor is smoking weed and it's drifting over and it's bothering you, you can call the police. He could be fined $500. So a guy decided, well, that's a good idea. Peter Walters said, that's a good idea, but I think we need to take it further. We need to ban the smell of farts.
Well, you know what? In Oregon, the smell of marijuana is more common than the smell of farts.
I don't know. They're all vegetarians up there.
Yeah, and it shows you how much marijuana they're smoking.
And it's not quite legal. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Not quite legal out there yet. But I love this guy's rationale. He said some habitual farters argue that they need to fart for medical reasons, but that doesn't mean my kids should have to smell their farts.
What are you gonna charge the person with? Discharge of a deadly weapon?
Oh, a weapon of nose destruction. Yeah. And that would be funny, if you had these pot smokers living next to these old guys having a picnic, drinking beer and eating beans. See who would win out. All right, the rest of our stories all have to do with animals in one way or another. The first one is the Supreme Court in New York is hearing a motion right now that would give legal rights to chimpanzees, specifically two of them named Hercules and Leo. They're currently in the lockup in the zoo. They want their legal rights so they can walk around like normal people. I have no idea where this would ever possibly go.
Oh, well, right. They have rights. Not only are they going to be allowed to walk around, right now a Chicago ward boss is registering them to vote.
They'd be known as simian Americans, I believe.
I mean, if they have rights, can they be arrested for indecency? First thing I want them to do is cover up those big red butts.
Well, that's true. They should have to wear pants. And if they get human rights, I want monkey rights. I want to be able to fling my poo at people. You can't do that now without, coming under some sort of arrest. And they said that the only animals they're considering are ones besides the chimpanzees, dolphins, whales, and elephants, because they have been shown to communicate, remember, mourn their dead, and play tricks on each other, just like humans, in which case I would have to lobby to get dogs to vote.
Well, with the other two, I mean, those animals are abused all the time. People are flogging dolphins and spanking monkeys.
And of course, showing off the elephant, Oh, come on, people. You didn't come here for Sunday Mass. All right. Lighten up. All right. Anyhow, we'll see how the monkey rights go and how many of them become lawyers. In Grand Rapids, Michigan. I have been to Grand Rapids. What a lovely. I saw an ad on the news, not on the news, but on TV running during the news to come visit Grand Rapids. Now, you've been there. I mean, once you've been to the Jerry Ford Museum and the Amway Hotel, ain't nothing else in town. But anyhow, this thing happened in Grand Rapids. An animal control officer, he was in Michigan. He was convinced that he saw a young tiger lying in a person's driveway. And so, he's an animal control officer. He grabbed a rope and he grabbed that pole with the thing on the end of it and a shield, and he gently approached this animal. And the closer he got, the more it dawned on him it was a stuffed toy.
That was the most embarrassing day for Officer Calvin.
Exactly. And with anything, it was videoed, so you have this poor mook going up to a stuffed toy. If I knew it was videoed, I would have jumped at that thing, started wrestling with it, got up, shot it twice, and threw it in my car trunk.
It was most embarrassing. It's so easy to catch a stuffed tiger. All you need is a baseball and 3 milk bottles.
That's how this one got on the loose, apparently.
And they
ran away from the carnival.
It should have been obvious. You don't see a lot of tigers in the wild wearing blue baseball caps with a big D on them.
They also have the jersey on and they're walking on 2 legs. All right. Well, I guess the next one doesn't concern an animal. It concerns a very strange man. Jeremiah Raber invented something. He invented they say build a better mousetrap and the world will beat a path to your door. This guy built a better jockstrap, and people are beating whatever. But he built this, what it's called the Nutshells Groin Protector. And it's an athletic cup in a jockstrap that will deflect a bullet, which he proved by having his friend shoot him in the nuts.
That's kind of like the weirdest superpower ever, isn't it?
I am Testicle Man. Go ahead, kick me there. Nothing.
Well, all I could think of when I read this story is that I would bet you any money his wife told him, if one more of your stupid inventions doesn't work, I am going to. And he figured, well, might as well better to go this way.
But why wouldn't you put the thing on a dummy or something and shoot that? I mean, you're really depending on the accuracy and the marksmanship of your friend. But apparently it all worked out. It deflected the .22 caliber bullet. Then he said, "Get these, and if you get shot in the nuts, you'll be okay." That's the nutshells. Finally. Wait a minute. I lost the story. Go talk amongst yourselves for a second.
That was it. That was all 4.
Oh, really? Are we all done? Wow. Kids, it's time has flown by. I didn't even realize it. I really have no idea.
Over there in your office, I think.
I'm still celebrating that. Obviously, that the Blackhawks are in the Stanley Cup Finals. Hopefully, they will. They're playing a team that has never seen an outdoor ice rink or outdoor ice in their lives.
I can't believe that Tampa has a hockey team. That makes as much sense as Norwegian basketball. And if any of our viewers are watching from Tampa, I want you to watch every single game. Because, there are 1,000 cities in Canada that would die to have that team.
That's right. And not to mention the ones in Norway that are stuck with basketball teams. Rather be playing hockey. So good luck to the Blackhawks. Other than that, Tim, any parting words?
Go Hawks.
Okay. And you go Hawks too. And tell your friends about our show and keep watching. And someday we'll mention your book.